Hello, everybody. This is Sandy Wilhelmina, and I am here with a purchase that I've made from Sarah at New England Junk Journals. If you haven't seen her drop sales or visited her channel, she she has some wonderful items she finds, just old books, and she sells packets of those old book pages and shows you what book they came from. So be sure you hop over and check her out. And welcome. I'm glad you're all here. And I really hope you share. The sheep would love to hear what you're up to. And Jolly Dog. So put in the comments if you want to what you're working on these days. It would be fun. And you will inspire me. This is a purchase from Sarah that I did from her drop sale. And I'm going to start with some, you know me, once in a while I get on a fabric binge. And she was selling actual sample books of fabric. And I've been wanting to do a boho journal. And I think that needs to be a cover. I think. And there's a whole bunch of beauties here. So if you're looking for if you see any certain one that you might like, except for that first one, let me know. I'm happy to share. Otherwise, some of these are going to end up on the website. I got that one. Oh, they're just beautiful. They're perfect size for a journal cover. You could do tall, skinny, or you could cut it down. They're squares, so they would be, but these make me want to get that boho journal moving. I promised myself, though, I would finish the blue ones. I'm almost done with those, and I've got a couple little ones. So I'm plodding along. Oh, that's cool. This is really nice weight fabric, and it's really fancy. It is from Carol Fabrics, Carole. And Sarah, I can't believe you took these apart too before you sent them. Thank you very much for that. My hands, thank you. Some of these are as pretty on the back as they are on the front. A whole different look. Ooh la la. That would be a fancy, as Hazel would say, a fancy dancy journal. But I do know I will never use all of this. So please let me know if there is one that you really like, or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you would like to do. Sarah has occasional drop sales. I think she said she's working on one a month. And they are just, there's something that everyone can afford. All different kinds of books and wallpaper. And I think she might be the queen of wallpaper. And you really just can't go wrong with anything you get from her. So if these don't get me moving to a boho streak, I don't know what will. Why I hit the send button so fast when I saw this. I had to get it first. And I made it. I wasn't sure, but I did. I did. I love these. They feel vintagey. And they look vintagey, and you know me. That's my jam. Oh, looks like water. Doo. Oh, this could be a fancy a style and kind of Victorian lady book. You know, I should write notes and stick them in between these so I remember what the heck I said. Because I won't remember. Yeah, I'll set these down. And I have the books. She sent me this adorable thank you tag. Cute poodle. Poodles are so cool. I used to groom dogs in a former life, and they were my favorite because I loved doing all the hand scissoring around their face and their legs. Very cool. Thank you so much, Sarah. She also sent me this, and I'm going to call it Happy Mail. It's Wisconsin Robin and the Wood Violet, U.S. State Birds and Flowers, 1982 stamp. I do love that. That will go in my own journal. The Badger State. I picked up book covers. I'll never be able to resist a beautiful embossed cover. This will need a new spine, but I'll keep that. I usually make bookmarks for the journal out of those. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love seeing the insides of the binding. They did not waste one thing when they were doing book related things, because a lot of times when you take books apart, you will find something else um, used before they did the embossing and the glue. So always check those out if you're as fascinated as I am by those kinds of things. And this is another one. I'm not sure if it's the same. Well, it's not the same embossing, but close enough for a series, right? Living and Loving. You could tell it was sitting on a shelf. It got a little bit damaged, but we don't worry about that. I don't, anyway. And she even left a few things in it. Left to Christine Jones, 1940. And there's nothing like a good ghost print when the ink fades through to another page. That is very cool. That is cool. Cool, cool beans. And this is some of the pages. Oh my goodness. Is this rag paper? So she even puts in, and look at that. Ghost words. Those are just precious to me. So it's a little bigger book. I should be able to do something with that spine. Reinforce it. And then I'm pretty sure, oh, she sent me some cute papers. Many bee flowers. This example is the wild rose. Bee journal. And I remember the book these are from. The Language of Flowers, I think, was a reprint of a very old one. Scraggly the Stowaway Cat. Story by Tom Bradbury. Paintings by Ron Gaillet. Illustrations by Nancy Cooper Funk. Okay, so cats. And I swear that's what Hellcat would look like if he was stowed away on a ship. I'm sure he would love the adventure, especially if he could have a hat over his eye. And so this is from a Maine author, signed, and she sent this with me as some happy mail. Poor Scraggly lived on the dock since the day he was born. And I'm sure you all know already about me and tall ships, the pirates, and one of my ancestors was a sea captain, and he helped settle Hilton Head Island, and his name was Samuel Hilton. I have so much useless, silly knowledge stuff in my brain, and you are all subjected to it on a regular basis. He picked up the kitten, for he clearly knew the cat would be welcomed by all of the crew. His trip wasn't planned, but I'm sure you'll agree he can be the ship's mascot while we are at sea. It's a beautiful book. Thank you so much, Sarah. He rushed to the wheel by the captain he stood. He wanted to help, he would if he could. One thing was certain, no more would he roam, no longer a stray cat, he now had a home. And then this talks about the paintings. So I have some reading to do. I'm not sure I can take this one apart. Maybe someday. And it talks about the artist. Thank you, thank you. And she also sent me a beautiful bunch of paper here. I do not know how old this is, but it feels like it could be rag paper. I think it's 1832. April 1832. Wow. Can you imagine the places and the people this book has seen? It's just beautiful. I will probably put that in a journal and make sure that everyone knows where it came from. And then, love me some ledger. This is it's beautiful. One pair of kids' shoelaces, or no, one pair kids' shoes at $1.13. 1 gallon of molasses, 79 cents. Thread and pins, 33 cents. And it looks like they may have traded for eggs or something. Not sure. Apples and eggs, 5.88. Dr. Mr. Michelum Eaton Sr., 1844. So this is his account. I think I see a story there. I wonder if I could find him. I love finding people and their stories. There's so many out there we don't know. And they're just waiting for people to find them again. This is Wildflowers in Britain by Jeffrey Gregson. It's beautiful. Have I said beautiful enough today? My record, my needle is stuck here. Wouldn't that be a beautiful journal? There it is again, beautiful. Wildflowers in Britain. Look at that paper. Printed in London. And even though we see that Roman numeral on the other side of the page, it says first published 1944, and the fourth printing, which is this one, is 1947. Printed in Great Britain on book paper made by Tullis Russell and Company of Markinch, Scotland. Well, I always find Scotland somewhere. It's calling to me. My dad's side of the family is from Scotland. Way back when. But these drawings are fantastic. And it has the artist's name, 1777. He drew that. The paper is awesome. It's nice, strong matte paper. And the black and white are just as nice as the color. Let's look at the aging around those strings. Common fumitory? Forget-me-nots. We have some news here on the farm. Dandelions are my favorite flower. They're scrappy little things. And they're really good for the sheep. Okay, squirrel. News on the farm. My best friend for 20 years, Jenny, Alpaca Jenny, we call her because my sister's name is also Jenny. But Alpaca Jenny bought 10 acres of our hayfield up on top of the hill from us, and she will be building a little house. And look here, it's a monkey flower. I know where that page will be. And she will be building a place. She wants to build a house that looks like a little red schoolhouse up there. And I think she's putting a few different tiny houses together for that. I'm not sure I understand it all, but I'm sure it will be fantastic. And then she'll have room for her alpacas and her little old ponies. And I can't wait till she's back from Massachusetts. Cannot wait. I think we need quite a hill. And I think we're going to need a zip line from her to me coming down the hill. And I don't know what we're going to have for going up the hill because that's a hill. A hill you don't want to walk. Well, I guess if I walked it, I would probably lose a lot of weight. Anywho, I'm excited that she's going to be my neighbor. And we're looking into whether the 90-acre woods behind my end of the farm is going to be sold, and also the field that runs alongside it from Jenny's end down. So we'll see what happens. The lady we bought this farm from, she was 90 something, and she passed away recently. And I'm not trying to be mercenary. We've just always wanted to buy the woods. But a little bit about Ida. She was probably barely 5 feet tall, and she was fiercely independent, and she loved this farm, and it was really, really hard for her to leave. But it got to where she was out here alone. All of her kids had grown up and had their own families, and she liked the cows. They were dairy farmers, and somebody had some steers here, rented the pasture, and she kept going out to visit with them, and they were afraid she'd get knocked down. So she moved into town and had a really cute place right next to the fairgrounds. And then she could listen to all the music for cheese days, and right from her back porch. They had parties and barbecues, and she could just sit and listen to all the music. And there's a lot of Swedish music. She was very proud to be Swedish. And she was a very strong lady who loved this farm. So I hope if you're up there, Ida, that you like what we've done here. So I hope so. She was a neat lady. Onward. I'm not sure what brought that about. I don't know. You guys are so patient. The Macmillan Wildflower Book, illustrations by Edith Farrington Johnson, and text by Clarence Highlander. It's a cool cover. Look at that. Pretty stuff. And it is a big book. Wildflower Book. It'll be a great big art journal of some sort. Someone has to teach me the difference between an art journal and a blue book. I do not know. This is from 1954. That's first printing. Macmillan Wildflower Book. And these are stunning. Just stunning. There, I found a new word. Stunning. And you don't even have to pick which flowers you want, because that would be cool for a tall, skinny journal. I won't make you look through all of them. Beauteous. There are pages and pages and pages. It's amazing. Illustrations. The paper, if you can hear the paper, it's really awesome too. Matte. Matte is, oh my goodness. if I was a better gardener. I used to have lots of flowers and gardens. We had a huge vegetable garden. And we've just gotten away from all that. And at the time, we had like 100 sheep when we were that busy out here. I still could grow a vegetable. And now I look back and go, how the heck did I do all that? I don't know. Nightshade. We have flax here. We usually have these colors and white growing everywhere out here. The figwort family. If you're interested in any pages from this book, let me know. We have a trumpet vine creeper vine that grows in the ditch out front of our house. We have to cut it down because it climbs the electric pole all the way up to the wire every summer. And it's beautiful, but we have to cut it back. Paper, I love that sound. See how easily amused I can be? Just give me a book. Oh, it's this little my dandelions. I think my other favorite flower might be back to Joe Pye weed. There. Again, my Scottish roots, maybe. I love those. I don't like them growing here, but they sure are pretty on a page. Those are nasty when they get in fleeces. And we don't really have this version. We have a smaller version that is nasty. I saw it when we locked the sheep up last night for shearing day on Thursday. I see that little Miss Bunny has got those U-shaped little sticker things all over her fleece. I'm gonna have to throw that fleece away because I'll be darned if I'm gonna get picky slivers because I'm monkeying around with her fleece, which is really a bummer. I do not like throwing wool out. Let's see, what am I working on? I'm going to be doing a video next of some really cool magazines I've gotten. And I think I'm going to wrap this one up. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping, everybody.